All right, so I have a news story for you guys that is not like any other story that I've ever told you, but is one of the craziest things that's ever happened to me for sure, okay? So let me ask you guys this before I even get into this. Have you ever watched those street magic shows and thought to yourself, I wish someone would just approach me and then do these tricks on me so I could see if it's all camera magic, right? Because there's no way you could fake some of those things, correct? Correct, right? I had always thought that. Wow, wouldn't that be awesome? Okay, well, that actually happened to me. And I challenge any of you to explain to me how he did what he did, okay? Now, there are a couple things that there actually might be legitimate, like, magician answers. As a matter of fact, for sure there are, okay? The other one, I have been trying to figure this out for over a decade, how this is in any scenario possible to do what he did. But let's just lay it out, okay? So I'm in Las Vegas with a huge crew. We're walking through the Mandalay Bay, myself and my buddy and his older brother. And we're kind of going around where there's that center bar. And this dude, this like, kind of like, skinny black dude in like this like super sequined white suit rolled up on us and was like, hey guys, what's up, man? He's like, you guys like magic? And we were in the mood for magic. We were hanging out with Molly, our good friend. So we were ready for some magic. But, you know, when I hang out with Molly, like, you know, except for that one time that I laid out in the video, I'm not I'm not an out of control person. Like, I know exactly what's going on. Like, I'm not, you know, it doesn't inhibit my ability to think and, you know, experience life, right? So like I said, this is like, I don't know, it's gotta be 14 years ago actually now. But anyway, so we're like, yeah, let's do it, man. Let's do it. Let's see some magic. So he does this one trick that was kind of weird with like a bottle or something. Then he does another one where he bit a quarter in half and then he like spit the quarter back and the quarter was full. You know, clearly sleight of hand stuff, right? Then he comes to me and he goes, all right, man, think of a card. And I was like, yes, I've been waiting for this since the first David Blaine special, the think of a card thing. Cause I'm like, how is it even possible, right? So he's like, think of a card. And I was like, absolutely. And so immediately I'm like, ace of spades. In my mind, obviously. And so I think ace of spades. So, you know, he has a deck and he's like, is this your card? And it was the ace of spades. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's my card, but we're running that back. Like, we're gonna run that back. Cause in my mind, I'm like, okay, ace of spades is easy. I just defaulted there because whatever. I didn't think he was gonna get it, right? So he gets ace of spades. So he's like, okay, think of another card. I'm like, all right, when I say that I did mental defense on making sure there's no fucking way he could have fed me this card in any way whatsoever, no way it could have been anything other than random, I cannot exaggerate the number of cards that I closed my eyes and considered and dismissed, right? Like it was like, you know, jack of clubs, you know, seven of hearts, you know, queen of hearts, two of clubs. Like I went through so many to make sure that he wasn't feeding me any. And then I ultimately landed on three of diamonds, okay? So I've got it, and I'm like, I'm gonna tell my buddy. And he's like, all right, now, again, there is a 0% chance that Cameron Shadow, which by the way is this guy's name, his name was Cameron Shadow. I should have let off with that, although I've been looking for him forever, he's gone. Cameron Shadow, if you see this, hit me up, yo. I've been telling this story for, like I said, 13, 14 years. Anyway, so I take my buddy around the corner. Literally impossible that anyone saw us. Like I was, you know, like this, whispered absolutely inaudible, no chance, three of diamonds. Cameron Shadow is inside, like, eyesight the whole time. So it's like, there's no tomfoolery going on here. Like, we can see him. I am very suspicious of everybody. I'm always looking for how people are lying to me. I always assume it's a trick. I always assume the media is lying, everything. So when I tell you that I did proper defense on this fucking three of diamonds, I cannot stress enough, there is no fucking way that he heard me say three of diamonds, and there's absolutely no way that he fed it to me, okay? So we come back, and he's like, here, reach into my coat pocket. I'm like, all right, reach into his coat pocket. There's a deck of cards in the plastic, okay? He's like, go ahead and open it. I'm like, open it? He's like, yeah. I'm like, all right. So, you know, I peel the wrap, take the plastic off, do the thing, and he's like, all right, go ahead and take the cards out. I'm like, all right. And I take them out, I hand them to him. He's like, no, you hold them. He's like, go ahead and fan them out. I'm like, all right. So I fan the cards out. One card up in the deck, it's a fucking three of diamonds. I've been trying to figure out how the fuck he did this for 14 years. I have no idea how he did it. Fucking none. And we literally were like, I mean, still to this day, every time I tell the story, my brain fucking melts because it was in my mind. Like, it wasn't, I didn't watch him do it to someone else. It was fucking me. I thought of it. I have a steel fucking brain, okay? Like, he didn't infiltrate it. He didn't feed me the 3 of diamonds. I don't have any fucking idea how he did it. None. So yeah, and you know, like when he said it, my buddy Andrew and I, we literally like, we did like, have you ever seen like, what's that shit called? Like where they do like the street ball shit where like, you know, they alley-oop and they'll be like, boom. And then like the guys who are watching like do, you know, they'll run in circles and be like, ow. We basically did like an impression of that, except, you know, a lot more genuine. Like we literally couldn't fucking believe it. So, you know, we're like, so I tried to give him money, you know, I was like, here, I was giving him, I don't know, $20 or something. He's like, no. He's like, don't hand it to me like that. He's like, here, he gives me a marker. He's like, here, sign it. I'm like, all right. So I sign it and he's like, all right. Then I gave it to him, right? So he folds it up, and then goes like, and then he goes, and, you know, disappears. So he goes into his pocket and he pulls out a fucking lemon, okay? And he goes, here, check this out. I'm like, all right. And I look, and lemon, he's like, is it altered? I'm like, no, there's nothing wrong with a lemon, nothing. It's just, it's a fucking lemon. I'm looking close. I know it's a magic trick, so I'm being, you know, being very surgical. Is there anything in this lemon? So he goes, do you have a knife? Do you have whatever? We're like, no. He's like, okay, I guess I'll just do this. I guess I'll just do this with my hands. So I hand the lemon back to him. I'm literally watching this whole thing. There's no like, whatever. And he like takes something and cuts a tiny little thing into it. And then he uses his hands and he just like rips this fucking lemon open and he goes, look inside. Is there anything in there? I mean, I watched him. Like he had both of his hands ripping this lemon open. I look in and there's a fucking dollar bill in there. He's like, take it out. I take it out, pull it out. It has my fucking signature on it. Now that there's a trick for, right? There's some way he did it. I get that. The 3 of diamonds trick. You fucking tell me, man. You guys tell me how the fuck Camera Shadow got me to pick the 3 of diamonds and how he already had the 3 of diamonds face up in a fucking sealed deck of cards. Riddle me that. Explain to me how the fuck he did it. Anyway, that is what I have. So I would love to hear you guys' theories. Subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, all that shit, because all my content is fucking fire like this. Nobody tells stories like your daddy. I don't even know your dad. I was talking about myself. Anyway, ring the bell, subscribe. Peace.